Don't miss the absolute worst in monster movie mayhem on Dead and Buried Treasures.
You know, Captain, we should be recording this.
You know, Jack, we should be recording.
This weekend and every Friday and Saturday night at 11 with our pre-show live at 10:30 on this Fright Network affiliate and our Facebook and YouTube pages, if you dare.
Is it wrong that I want their autograph?
Avast, me hearties, an all-new Dead and Buried Treasures featuring Captain Calico Drake and the crew of the Swashbucklers Haunt is up next.
Ha! All right, I'll do it. But I want a building named after me and no green M&Ms in my dressing room.
Where it's Halloween all year long.
Who is this? I
2,
am Captain Calico Drake.
1.
Good evening, me hearties. I certainly hope I didn't interrupt your watching the news. What? What's that? I did? Well, glad to hear that I didn't come between you and anything important. Let me fill you in. Let's see, news. Still no stimulus check. Baby Yoda is still cute, I guess. There's still murder hornets around, isn't there? Yes, I think. COVID, lockdowns, face masks. Joe Biden is now the president. The Pirates still haven't made the playoffs, and gas is $10 a gallon. There, all caught up. And you're welcome. And speaking of welcome, welcome to Dead and Buried Treasures, where it's Halloween all year long. Also where I am your horror host, Calico Drake, as your tour guide and captain of the Swashbucklers Haunt, the most feared ship in the world. And a big shout out to our newest affiliates, where Dead and Buried Treasures is seen not only throughout the Pittsburgh area, but worldwide with our Fright Network on the Vortex, the 24-hour horror host network, YouTube, even though some hack got on our channel and destroyed it completely, but we've recovered. And our newest affiliates on Comcast, the Monster Channel, presented by eerie late-night television, and more, including WBXZ in Buffalo, and the return to Soooo TV in Fayette County. You know, Jack, it's hard to believe that we have gone from, one public access station over the last 2 years to all of that, but believe it or not, that's a lot.
It sure is, Captain. Not to mention the fan club and the all-new line of merchandise on the show through Redbubble, where all proceeds go to the local Humane Society Animal Shelter in Washington County during these weird times, or the ESPCA. My cousin, Jack, thanks you, and everyone else. He's on hard times, too.
Your cousin is named Jack, too?
Yup, Jack Sparrow.
No doubt. Wait. All of the money?
Yes, all courtesy of Redbubble.com.
I don't understand.
Well, Captain, your lack of understanding is certainly understandable.
It is?
You didn't get the memo?
Memo?
Yes.
From who?
You.
Me? What?
The one you sent out.
When?
And this, Captain, is why your lack of understanding is certainly understandable.
It's hard to even fathom the idea of putting up with this nonsense for 2 years, Jack. But I have.
You have?
But on the other hand, our success has been inspirational. Affiliates, worldwide domination, a fan club, and if I don't get the chance to say it to you and the crew as often as I should, make sure you pass it along, Jack, that as me first officer, congratulations once again to me.
Thank you, Captain, I will. Wait, what?
For winning our most prized possession. The 2020 CMA Award declaring us the best TV show made in Pittsburgh.
We know, as you keep reminding us. Insert the obligatory shot of the trophy in 5, 4, 3, 2...
And here it is now. Well, unlike Pillagin, this one was awarded to us. That means a lot.
Right, and that plus $5 gets you a Big Mac.
Really? Well, that is nice. Look at those nice folks from McDonald's. Wait. What?
What is the movie for tonight, Captain?
The island of dead and buried treasures off the port bow, Captain!
Excellent timing, Mr. Bones. Prep the landing party.
Aye, aye, sir!
Well, Jack, I guess we'll find out in just a few moments.
Come in, Mr. Bones.
Hello, Jack.
Are you ready with the surprise?
Do the Real Housewives of Atlanta like cats?
Maybe. I don't know.
You bet they do!
Great. Now the captain is down in the catacombs retrieving tonight's film. I'll stall him here and you get his surprise ready so when we get back to the ship, we can surprise him.
Perfect plan, Jack. You know, it's sad that he never really got the opportunity to celebrate the award he received for his efforts. Well, I think he kind of did when he woke up in that dumpster.
Or when Captain Walter Time interfered at our 1-year anniversary celebration, which is exactly why the captain deserves this present. Mostly because I know he'll like it, but,
Here we go, Jack. The island has chosen the movie for tonight. Lower the ladder.
Gotta run, Mr. Bones. We'll be back in the water in 5 minutes.
I'll be ready, Jack.
Lower the ladder.
Ladder lowered, Captain!
Got it, Jack. You know, this island is still amazing, Jack, even after 2 years. And that doesn't take into consideration the movie tree of life, the props and the enchantment of any movie prop. and its ability to come to life for us. An amazing island indeed. No wonder Captain Time has released all those bounty hunters after us.
So, what did the island choose for tonight, Captain?
You know, I don't know. But you know it has to be a thriller. Let's see what in fact the island has chosen. Oh, I still can't believe we're passing on these jewels. Let's see what this is. Drum roll, Jack. And the island has chosen Plan 9 from outer space?
What's wrong with that, Captain?
When are we ever gonna host Halloween, Jack? Or the Scream trilogy? Or Annabelle? Or The Conjuring? Or any of those other ghost movies that are really good nowadays? This is supposed to be one of the worst movies ever. Ranks up there with the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And
Man, I love that film!
huh?
Oh, with the raincoats and the umbrellas and the hot dogs!
Hot dogs?
Have you ever witnessed it in person, Captain?
What? No, but I might if there were hot dogs. But wait, we're off topic here, Jack. We're talking about Plan 9 from outer space. Only an idiot would like that movie.
Plan 9 from outer space? Wow! Captain, it has everything. Zombies, vampires, flying saucers, Bela Lugosi, and Vampira. Hubba hubba.
Really? That good, huh?
Yes,
You
best
betcha.
film
I
ever!
take my hubba hubbas very seriously.
Really? Huh. Well, it must be good if the island has chosen it.
Can't
It
wait!
sure is. It is so
This is
good.
brand new information!
You know, there you two go again, acting all squirrely. Is my zipper down?
Nope, not at
So
all!
excited for the movie tonight, Captain.
Well, Mr. Bones, we'll be in the water in about 5 minutes. But let's get this party started. Well, you lifeboat leeches, as our 3rd season continues, here we go, taking you back to 1959, where Ed Wood and Bela Lugosi present you with the absolute worst.
Best?
Oh yes, our best, that is, best movie ever made, I suppose. Plan 9 from outer space. You know, Jack, I'm sure this one is pretty much a turd.
Captain, we're still live here?
What? Oh, I mean, pass the popcorn, you silly bird. Where's my foot massager? This ought to be a good one. Don't you think they would have started it by now? I mean, it's that good.
Greetings, my friend. We are all interested in the future, for that is where you and I are going to spend the rest of our lives. And remember, my friend, future events such as these will affect you in the future. You are interested in the unknown, the mysterious, the unexplainable. That is why you are here. And now, for the first time, we are bringing to you the full story of what happened on that fateful day. We are giving you all the evidence based only on the secret testimony of the miserable souls who survived this terrifying ordeal. The incidents, the places. My friend, we cannot keep this a secret any longer. Let us punish the guilty. Let us reward the innocent. My friend, can your heart stand the shocking facts about grave robbers from outer space? All of us on this earth know that there is a time to live and that there is a time to die. Yet death is always a shock to those left behind. It is even more of a shock when death, the proud brother, comes suddenly without warning. Just at sundown, a small group gathered in silent prayer around the newly opened grave of the beloved wife of an elderly man. Sundown of the day, yet also the sundown of the old man's heart. For the shadows of grief clouded his very reason. The funeral over, the saddened group left the graveside. It was when the gravediggers started their task that strange things began to take place.
15-4. Yep, right on schedule. There's the old San Fernando Valley out there now.
You better radio in for landing instructions, Danny.
Right, Jeff. Burbank Tower, this is American Flight 812. Over. Wouldn't surprise me any if he's asleep this time of the morning.
American Flight 812, this is Burbank Tower. If I were asleep, you'd never get on the ground. In your case, maybe I ought to leave you up there for good. Over.
You got me that time, Mac. This is American Flight 812 requesting...
Burbank Tower to American Flight 812. Over. Burbank Tower to American Flight 812. Over.
Holy mackerel.
Burbank Tower to American Flight 812. Are you in trouble?
Trouble?
Take a look for yourself.
What in the world?
That's nothing from this world.
Burbank Tower to American Flight 812. Are you in trouble? Are you in trouble?
Mayday, mayday. Stand by, Burbank Tower.
You suppose a passenger saw it?
I doubt it. Most of them are asleep. But it was quite a jolt, Jeff. I'll check.
Good. We'll get it ready for landing. And keep it quiet until we get instructions.
Right.
Okay, Danny.
American Flight 812, reporting to Burbank Tower. Over.
Did you hear anything?
I thought it did. Don't like hearing noises, especially when there ain't supposed to be any. Yeah, sort of spooky-like. Maybe we're getting old. Whatever it is, it's gone now. That's the best thing for us, too. Gone. Yeah, let's go.
The grief of his wife's death became greater and greater agony. The home they had so long shared together became a tomb, a sweet memory of her joyous living. The sky to which she had once looked was now only a covering for her dead body. The ever-beautiful flowers she had planted, with her own hands, became nothing more than the lost roses of her cheeks. Confused by his great loss, the old man left that home, never to return again. At the funeral of the old man, unknown to his mourners, his dead wife was watching.
Tell me something. Why was his wife buried in the ground and he sealed in a crypt?
Something to do with family tradition, a superstition of some sort.
Oh.
Well, it's getting dark. Let's be on our way.
Then, as two of his mourners left his final resting place, minutes later, the police, led by Inspector Daniel Clay, arrived at the scene.
Who found them?
The man and girl.
Medical examiner been around yet?
Just left. The morgue wagon ought to be along most any time.
You get their statement?
Yeah, much as we could. They're pretty scared.
Finding a mess like this ought to make anyone frightened. Have one of the boys take the guy and the girl back to town. You take charge.
Okay, Inspector. What are you going to do?
Look around a little.
It's pretty dark out there. Once you get beyond the range of those lights, you won't be able to see your hand in front of your face.
I will get one of the flashlights from the patrol car.
Be careful, Clay.
I'm a big boy now, Johnny.
looks like a bobcat tore into them.
Yeah. Say, Lieutenant, did you get that funny odor?
How could I miss it? Oh, that'll be the morgue wagon now.
That's the 5th siren in the last hour.
Something's happened down at the cemetery. A lot of police cars and lights. I stopped, but I didn't see anything. Oh, well, whatever it is, the morning paper will carry the whole story.
You seem to still be up there somewhere.
Maybe I am.
I don't think I've ever seen you in this mood before.
I guess it's because I've never been in this mood before.
Something about your flight?
Yeah.
What happened, Jeff?
I saw a flying saucer.
Saucer? You mean the kind from up there?
Yeah, its counterpart. It was shaped like a huge cigar. Dan and Edith saw it, too. And when it passed over, the whole compartment lighted up with a blinding glare. Then there was a tremendous wind that practically knocked us off our course.
Well, did you report it?
Yeah, I radioed in immediately, and they said, we'll keep it quiet until you land. And as soon as we landed, Big Army brass grabbed us and made us swear to secrecy about the whole thing. Oh, it burns me up. These things have been seen for years. They hear, it's a fact. And the public ought to know about it.
There must be something more you can do about it.
Only there isn't. Oh, but what's the use of making a fuss? But last night I saw a flying object that couldn't have possibly been from this planet. But I can't say a word. I'm muzzled by Army brass. I can't even admit I saw the thing.
Sounds like Cajun trouble.
If that apparition we saw had something to do with it, come on. Is he dead? Yeah. He's messed up as bad as those two back there. Suppose that saucer or whatever it was had something to do with this? Your guess is as good as mine, Larry. One thing's sure. Inspector Clay's dead. Murdered. And somebody's responsible.
You're in charge now, Lieutenant.
Yeah, guess I am. Kelton?
Yes, sir?
Get back up the car and get on the radio. Tell the coroner he's got to make another trip out here.
Well, how about the lab boys?
Well, who do you think we left back up the car? Boy Scouts? Come on, Larry.
Greater love hath no man than to lay down his life for another. It is always difficult to have last words over the grave of a friend. And Inspector Daniel Clay was a friend, a dear friend to me and to all of us. The bell has rung upon his great career. Now we lay him to rest. A rest well deserved, but so premature.
People turning south from the freeway were startled when they saw 3 flying saucers high over Hollywood Boulevard. A woman, startled by the sight in the sky, telephones the police. There comes a time in each man's life when he can't even believe his own eyes. Saucers seen over Hollywood. Flying saucers seen over Washington, D.C. The Army convoy moved into the field. Rockets were quickly set up. Colonel Tom Edwards, in charge of saucer field activities, was to make the greatest decision of his career. He made that decision. Colonel Edwards gave the signal to fire. As they had come, they were gone, even to the piercing eye of radar and the speeding jet fighters.
Quite a sight, wasn't it, sir?
A sight I'd rather not be seeing.
Are you worried about them, sir?
Well, they must have a reason for their visits.
Visits? Well, that would indicate visitors. The big gun's the usual way of welcoming visitors.
We haven't always fired at them.
Oh?
For a time, we tried to contact them by radio, but no response. Then they attacked a town. A small town, I'll admit, but nevertheless a town of people. People who died.
I never heard about that, sir.
Well, it was covered up by the higher echelon. Take any fire, any earthquake, any major disaster, then wonder.
Flying saucers, Captain, are still a rumor. Officially.
Looks like we beat them off again, sir.
What do they want? Where are they from? Where are they going?
They, sir? Who? Well, this is a training maneuver, sir. We only did a little practice firing at the clouds.
Yeah. I wonder what their next move will be.
What will their next move be?
Your space commander has returned from Earth.
Send him in. You have your report?
We had to pull in here to Space Station 7 for regeneration. We're returning to the planet Earth immediately thereafter.
What progress has been made?
We contacted government officials. They refuse our existence.
What plan will you follow now?
Plan 9. It's been absolutely impossible to work through these Earth creatures. Their soul is too controlled.
Plan 9. Ah, yes. Plan 9 deals with the resurrection of the dead. Long-distance electrode shot into the pineal pituitary glands of recent dead. Have you attempted any of this plan as yet?
Yes, Excellency.
How successful has it been?
We have risen 2 so far. We shall be just as successful on more.
The living, they have no suspicion of your movements?
We had to dispose of 1 policeman. However, none of those risen have been seen. At least not by anyone who still remains alive.
It's too bad it must be handled this way. But it must. Those who we take from the grave will lead the way for our other operations.
Yes, Excellency.
Continue on. Report to me in 2 Earth days.
I feared His Excellency wouldn't take our report this well.
Well, had he been dealing with our own people, his reaction would have been completely different. He understands the difficulties of the Earth race.
What do you think will be the next obstacle the Earth people will put in our way?
Well, as long as they can think, we'll have our problems. But those whom we're using cannot think. They are the dead, brought to assimilated life by our electrode guns. You know, it's an interesting thing when you consider the Earth people who can think are so frightened by those who cannot, the dead. Well, our ship should be regenerated. We better get started.
Welcome back, me hearties. You know the best part about this movie, Jack? It's how realistic the sets look. The graveyard, the mausoleum, the airplane cockpit, Bella Luigi's house.
You mean Bela Lugosi?
It looks great.
Well, Captain, the movie may not be what you expected, but things might be looking up.
And why is that, Jack?
Because Mr. Bones and I have a surprise for you.
What? I hate surprises.
Well, you might like this one, Captain. Listen, Jack and the crew and I felt horrible that the 2-year anniversary of this show came and went, and we didn't do anything special for you. And the banquet we had the first year turned out to be an illusion perpetrated by Captain Time. Oh, he's a bad one.
That was a year ago, Mr. Bones. I'd be more concerned that you didn't throw us a ticker tape parade for winning the 2020 Community Media Award, awarding us the best TV show produced in Pittsburgh.
Oh, boy.
And here it is right now.
Another obligatory shot of the trophy, Captain?
What do you think? We may never win another award around this dump. Yes, this was our anniversary show. Get to the point, Mr. Bones.
Well, we wanted to get you the recognition you deserve, Captain.
Yes, you always do so well with the fans.
The fans? Yes, the fans.
We love Drake! We love Drake! We love Drake! We love Drake! We love Drake!
I want cake! I want cake! I want cake!
Mr. Bones, this is my dream.
Sorry, Captain.
Where was I? Oh, yes. The fans.
We love Drake! We love Drake! We love Drake!
What's your name? What? What is your name? Tony! You, Tony! What's your name? Ezekiel! You, Ezekiel! You! Hey, you know what I did last night? You better not bring my mother into this! You know what I did? You better not! I broke that fly over there! Oh! That your mother next to it! You, Ezekiel!
Captain, are you there? Captain, are you there?
Huh? What is it?
Captain, you've been standing there and haven't said anything for like 2 minutes.
Yes, where is your head?
The Halloween parade in Bethel Park last year. I think.
In Pittsburgh?
No, Portland, Oregon.
Well, not necessarily the best place to be, but anyway, as we were telling you before you, drifted off,
I'll say, it was like talking to a toaster.
Is there a point here, Jack? Wait. Does this have anything with you two deleting my Hoarders episodes?
No, we didn't.
Captain, you realize you were actually hoarding hoarders.
Well, it made me feel better about me closet.
Well, Mr. Bones felt bad, since we really didn't get a chance to celebrate our award, or our 1 or even our 2-year anniversary
of changing your underwear.
So we got you a little something.
Well, thank you. Just leave the bottle on the table.
What? No, better.
2 bottles?
No.
Jack, why are you constantly springing this stuff on me without any warning?
Oh, that's silly. Name one time.
Okay, off the top of me head, how about that exotic elf at the office Christmas party last year?
Okay, name 2.
Okay, what about the time that you two took the screws out of the captain's wheel to replace them in the smoke detector and the keel, and Mr. Bones steered us aground right into that lighthouse? Remember the fun we had back on Labor Day? Huh?
Oh, this is fun. Name 3.
Okay, can I get a drum roll?
Drum roll?
And trumpets!
This is getting really annoying!
Now, introducing the most loyal crewman a captain could possibly ask for.
What's happening?
This is from Jack and myself, all the way from the local ASPCA when we were in port.
Will we have time to watch the end of the movie, Mr. Bones?
Oh, yes. Please welcome Pirate Scallywag! A puppy more loyal than Lassie. Ta-da!
A dog. On me ship.
Well, Captain, Jack and I were thinking that you needed a companion. You know, someone you could rely on, take a bath with, take care of, be happy with, and also take a bath.
He's peeing on my shirt.
He's a dog, Captain. They do that as a sign of love.
Well, as a sign of love, you should see what he's doing to me leg.
No need to thank us, Captain. We knew you would love it.
Right. Yes, a dog. For a moment there, I thought you were going to get me something I wanted.
Not hardly, Captain. Why do that when you can be loved by man's best friend?
You know, I can love a bottle of that Shamrock bourbon, too.
Too messy.
So is this. That's what you think. So, Jack, is this, dinner?
What? No!
Okay, then. Looks like I'm on my own for dinner tonight. Chick-fil-A it is. We'll be right back.
Phoenix Comics and Toys has done it again.
My decoder's here!
Yar, me hearties! The Dead and Buried Treasure Fan Club is now accepting new crew.
Wow, Jonathan Benson at age 7.
Each fan club kit contains one decoder statue with a secret compartment containing your doubloon, one autographed photo of the Captain and Jack, and one welcoming letter. Yar!
My gold doubloon!
Decode each episode's code for a chance to win prizes. Yar! Set sails to Etsy and Facebook to order yours today. Yar!
Buster, your brother needs to use the bathroom.
I'll be right out, Dad!
Lovers.
Ahoy once again, ye scallywags. It is I, Hank, from the Swashbucklers Haunt. It's time to reveal the answer to last month's trivia question, sponsored by Midas in Washington. Here was that question.
And a dead man's chest, yo-ho-ho, and a bottle of rum. Drink and the devil be done for the rest, yo-ho-ho, and a bottle of rum.
As a fellow pirate and a member of Drake's crew, that seemed pretty straightforward to me. Aye, but just in case, here was the answer to that less than perplexing question.
Who's he dead? Yo-ho-ho, and a bottle of rum. Man of a stiff and style.
Our winner was notified by email, of course, where they won a free oil change at Midas in Washington. Jealous? Can't say I blamed you. If that's the case, make sure to tune in later this evening where you can save yourself a ton of treasure and get a free oil change yourself if you can act quicker than the Kraken and get this month's question correct. And keep watching Dead and Buried Treasures and her sister shows, our pre-show Walk the Plank and after show The Pirate's Booty. Stay the course, me fiends, and abide by the code.
Devil be done for the rest. Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum.
Get your Dead and Buried Treasures merchandise at redbubble.com with the search words Dead and Buried Treasures. T-shirts, travel mugs, hoodies, blankets, phone cases, and much, much more. You too can even take a shower with Captain Calico Drake with a shower curtain. This is ridiculous. How is this even possible? That's redbubble.com and use the search words Dead and Buried Treasures. So what are you waiting for? You too can be as cool as a pirate. Yes, of course. That's redbubble.com and search for Dead and Buried Treasures. Redbubble.com.
That I thought I would dabble in the art world myself.
That's redbubble.com and search for Dead and Buried Treasures.
They'll no doubt want to pay top dollar for me service.
It's time for another fiendish edition of Ask the Cap.
This next question comes from Jody Bellington of Erie, Pennsylvania. How did you come up with the movie Tree of Life idea? That's a good question. But I'm a big movie fan. So when Hallmark started releasing characters as Christmas tree ornaments, I collected them, and I've been doing that for over a decade, at least 15, 20 years. And I'd go back and collect some that I missed. I got everything from Deadpool to Frankenstein, from King Kong to Captain Kirk over the years. So I have a great big giant white Christmas tree at my home that became a staple that people know me by at Christmas time that has all kinds of movie characters on it. And I thought, we need to somehow get that on the show. And that's how I ended up getting it on the show. And thank God, because that writes a lot of our mythology of what it's about. That there's a mysterious Christmas tree on the island that no one can explain, that has every ornament from every movie ever made circulating on that tree, and if it falls off, it's public domain kind of thing.
Have a question for Captain Drake? You too can ask the Cap. Call our pre-show, Walk the Plank, a half hour before Dead and Buried Treasures, wherever it's seen, courtesy of local affiliates or on our YouTube channel.
The summer holidays are here, and it's time to celebrate them like a true American pirate. Presenting the limited edition Red, White, and Boo Captain Calico Drake Patriotic Decoder. After all, I am a true American hero. It's our Stars and Scars edition from Phoenix Comics and Toys. Star-spangled from top to bottom, Captain Drake celebrates Memorial Day and the 4th of July like none other, and it's an exclusive only found here at Phoenix Comics and Toys, the home of our fan club. This is variant number 3 in the series, and it comes with a star-spangled red, white, and blue paint job, a removable American flag, me first officer Jack launching fireworks at the base, and a true salute to Uncle Sam, complete with beard and a new top hat design. Plus, our limited edition patriotic decoder also comes with a unique red, white, and blue doubloon. Say that 3 times really fast, mateys. And it's exclusive to making me, of course, a true American hero. But you'll need to order quickly, as this limited edition patriotic decoder will only be available until the end of July. Plus, if you're already a fan club member, you'll get another 20% off. I guess you could call it the United Drake of decoders. So search for Phoenix Comics and Toys in Facebook and Etsy for this Scars and Stars Captain Calico Drake Patriotic Decoder and order today. Welcome back, me hearties.
You know, Captain, on IMDb it does say this is considered the worst movie ever made. But then again, we're on IMDb too. So, 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other.
You know, Mr. Bones, I just wanted to tell you how much I enjoy Scallywag the dog.
No need, Captain. Your smiles are enough.
Is it, Davy? Is it?
Absolutely, Captain. I can tell how much you enjoyed Scallywag the dog just by looking at your face.
Really, Mr. Bones? What's my face saying now?
Oh, Captain, he's a puppy. You'll get used to him.
This used to be a perfectly good pair of Steelers underwear, ripped to shreds. You know, I've always wanted a pair of boots, especially since Scallywag has now destroyed my old pair.
Well, you needed a new pair anyway, sir. And Scallywag has a sense of knowing when to help with fashion advice.
And does Scallywag have a sense of where to poop?
He reminds me of one of those dog movies, you know, those lovable comedies from the 90s. He's so adorable. What's that one movie? Turner and Hooch? No? Marley and Me?
Cujo. Look, while I'm grateful for the award show anniversary gift in the form of Scallywag the dog, I've been thinking, Mr. Bones, I can't possibly accept something as nice as Scallywag. Besides, I just don't think he likes me very much.
Oh, of course he does, sir. Maybe try some kind of dog-related activity.
Again, I say pooping.
No, more like fetch. You know, fetch.
Fetch. Okay. Alright. Scallywag, come around here. Come on. Here's a stick. This is a stick. Right? Go fetch! Mr. Bones, I don't think he understands.
Well, old pirate dogs don't see very well. Besides, it's awfully dark on this ship. What if you used something he can see better?
Sees better. Oh, here we go. What about this? How about bigger? Oh, wait. This is a candle. It's an old candle. He probably won't fetch that, will he?
Oh, of course he will, sir.
He will?
Well, they are thicker. Those are the ones I brought up from the bunker near the keel of the ship. He can see it better. Try it.
All right. Okay, Scallywag, let's try this. See the candle? See the candle, boy? Okay, ready? Ready? Go fetch! Well, I'll be buggered. You did it. Look at that.
See, I told you, Captain. It's a long hallway.
Here he comes. Hey, give it back. Look at that. Even brought it back, Mr. Bones.
Try throwing it a little farther.
All right. Scallywag, come around, boy. Come around. Okay, ready? Ready? Go fetch! Look at him go. Well,
problem, Captain?
Well, it just rolled down the steps into Professor Gertie's lab. I'm sure he'll get it.
Jack and Davy Bones give you to the captain yet? I guess so. What do you have there? A stick? A candle? Who's a good boy? Yes, Captain. Did you lose something?
I did indeed, Professor. Scallywag has found his way down to you, I take it.
He sure did.
Well, he's new and a little unfamiliar with the ship just yet. Would you mind lighting his way back for him?
Lighting the way?
Yes, like I said, he's new and unfamiliar and doesn't quite know his way around the ship just yet. At times you can be a real beacon. Would you mind providing a light? He sure could use it.
That's why you sent him down here?
Yes, would you be so kind to light his way back?
Okay. Will do.
Thank you, Professor.
Well, whatever you want, Captain. I guess a big ship like this is new to everyone, scallywag. Who's a good boy? Well, let's see what I can light your candle with. Ah, this'll work. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? You go back where it's light. All right. There you go. Bye, scallywag. Let me know when I can light your way again. It is dark down here on the ship. Dog with a candle? Now I've seen it all.
You see, Captain? He understands. He gets it.
Yes. He brought the candle back and even lit it for me. Now that is helpful, Mr. Bones. Thank you, Scallywag.
Oh, he's very obedient. I've noticed he's even smarter than his owner once in a while.
Yes, I guess so. Good boy, Scallywag. Good boy. Oh boy. Mr. Bones, when you said you brought those candles up from the bunker near the keel, was that the left or the right side of the ship?
On the right side, near the armory.
Of course it was, Mr. Bones. The right side is the armory.
No, that's where we keep the dynamite.
Mr. Bones, do you really not see where this segment is going?
I most certainly did.
Oh, for crying out loud.
I most certainly did. Wait. The left bunker is the armory. The right one is the... No, I have that backwards.
What is the matter, Captain?
Jack?
And this, Captain, is why your lack of understanding is certainly... well, that was rude.
Oh, Captain, can I help you?
Professor Gertie?
Did you lose something?
Hank, you practice with the band below decks now?
Yes, I told him it didn't bother me. It's actually nice to hear music while I'm experimenting. Captain?
Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Yikes, I'm not touching that one. As for you, me hearties, let's get you back to the best movie ever made, Plan 9 from Outer Space, while I switch over to Plan 496 to get back into the Captain's good graces.
I still think you ought to go in town and stay with your mother until I get back.
This is our home, and nothing's going to take me from it. Besides, most men try and keep their wives from going home to Mama.
That's not the point.
That's all the point there's going to be. Now toddle off and fly your flying machine, darling. But if you see any more flying saucers, will you tell them to pick another house to buzz? Be careful. Don't worry about me.
Oh, you're the only thing I do worry about. Oh, forget about the flying saucers. They're up there. But there's something in that cemetery. And that's too close for comfort.
The saucers are up there, and the cemetery's out there. But I'll be locked up in there. Now, off to your wild blue yonders.
You promise you'll lock your doors immediately?
I promise. Besides, I'll be in bed before half an hour is gone, with your pillow beside me.
My pillow?
Well, I have to have something to keep me company while you're away. Sometimes in the night when it does get a little lonely, I reach over and touch it. Then it doesn't seem so lonely anymore.
A crazy kid. I do love you, darling. See you Thursday.
Goodbye, honey.
You know I'm not leaving you here until you're locked safely inside.
All right, darling. If you're especially nice, I may even lock the side door.
And be sure you keep the yard lights on.
You're mighty silent this trip, Jeff.
Hmm?
You haven't spoken 10 words since takeoff.
I guess I'm preoccupied, Danny.
We've got 33 passengers back there that have time to be preoccupied. Flying this flybird doesn't give you that opportunity.
I guess you're right, Danny.
Paula?
Oh, no, nothing like that. Just that I'm worried, she being there alone and those strange things flying over the house and those incidents in the graveyard these past few days. It's just got me worried.
Well, maybe they haven't figured out those crazy skybirds yet, but I'd give you 50 to 1 odds the police have cleared up that cemetery thing by now.
I hope so.
If you're really that worried, Jeff, why don't you radio in and find out? Mac should be on duty at the field by now. He could call Paul and relay the message to you.
Hi, Edie.
Hi, Silence. I haven't heard a word from this end of the plane since we left the field.
I've just been giving himself and me a study in silence.
You boys aren't feuding.
No, Edie, nothing like that.
Hey, Edie, how about you and me balling it up in Albuquerque?
Albuquerque? Have you read that flight schedule, boy?
What about it?
We land in Albuquerque at 4 a.m. That's strictly a 9 o'clock town.
Well, I know a friend that'll help us.
Let's have the problem first. Huh, Danny?
Oh, he's worried about Paula.
I read about that cemetery business. I tried to get you kids not to buy too near one of those things. We get there soon enough as it is.
He thought it'd be quiet and peaceful there.
No doubt about that. It's quite all right, like a tomb. I'm sorry, Jeff. That was a bad joke. Say, I almost forgot what I came in here for. How's the coffee situation?
That's for me.
It sure wouldn't hurt anything, Edie.
Okay, be right back. And say, Jeff, make that call to Mac.
Nah, not only she throw cold water on my Albuquerque plan, but now she's repeating herself. How about that Albuquerque ball?
I can't resist your charm, Danny boy.
Residents near the cemetery paid little attention to the blast of thunder and the flash of lightning. But from the blast arose the moving figure of the dead old man.
Hello? Who? fell asleep. Tell Jeff I'm all right. Okay, Mac. Thanks for calling. Good night.
Mrs. Trent! Mrs. Trent! What's wrong?
He'll be at the hatch in a moment. You can open it now, Tanner. Turn off the electrodes quickly. They can't tell us from anyone else.
It's tough to find something when you don't know what you're looking for.
I don't think the lieutenant does either.
Then what are we doing out here? I was off duty an hour ago.
Oh, don't ask me any questions. I'm just a hard hand just like you.
What do you suppose that noise was?
Whatever it was, it's no more strange than the other things happening around this cemetery.
Spirits like old Farmer Calder talked about.
Well, maybe.
The only spirits he saw tonight were those I smelled on his breath.
Well, don't forget, Miss Trent claims to have seen them, too. She didn't have anything on her breath.
She was hysterical.
Well, true, she was frightened and in a state of shock. But don't forget that torn nightgown and the scratched feet.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that. Guess that's why you're a detective lieutenant and I'm still a uniformed cop.
Sometimes it's only the brakes, Larry. Meantime, let's get going.
Lieutenant, did you hear that?
How could we help it? It sure was strange.
Know what it was?
No more than you do. Went for orders. I get out of here right now.
It was a saucer.
A flying saucer? What makes you say that?
Do you remember the noise we heard the other night?
There you're wrong, Lieutenant. I'm with the fact the sound is similar, but what about the blinding light?
Oh, haven't you heard? Been many times the saucer hasn't had a glow. Or a light of any kind, for that matter.
That proves it. What next, Lieutenant?
Oh, Lieutenant, maybe this doesn't mean much, but Jamie and me found a grave that looks like it's been busted into.
What? Where?
Why, what?
Come on, man, out with it. We haven't got all day to waste.
Oh, just over there beyond the crib.
All right, show us the way.
Look, here it is, Lieutenant.
It's been broken into, all right.
Strange. If someone had broken in, the dirt should be piled up here somewhere. It looks like it's fallen into the grave.
Larry, you'll be out of uniform before you know it.
Do we have the right to look down there, Lieutenant?
Technically, no.
No?
Well, this spot looks familiar, though. We shouldn't investigate any further without the permission of next of kin.
Let's go get it.
How? I see what you mean. The gravestone's down there.
Well, let's go down and find out whose grave it is.
How?
By going down and finding out.
Are you sure you mean that, Lieutenant?
If I didn't mean it, I wouldn't have said it.
Scared?
Well, why do I always get hooked up with these spook details? Monsters, graves, bodies. Oh, all right. Casket's here, but nobody's in it.
Can you read the name on the casket?
It's too dark. Give me a flashlight.
How about a match?
We sure could try it. Let me have them.
Okay.
It's Inspector Clay's grave, but he ain't in it.
But meanwhile, at the Pentagon in Washington, D.C.
Right, G2. Come in. Yes, of course. I'll keep in touch. Come in, Colonel Edwards. Close the door. At ease, Colonel. Thank you, sir. Sit down. I understand, Colonel, you've been on tap for many of our saucer attacks.
I'm in charge of field operations, sir.
believe there are such things as flying saucers, Colonel?
Yes, sir.
You've seen them?
Yes, sir.
You realize there's a government directive stating that there is no such thing as a flying saucer?
Yes, sir.
You stand by your statement that you've seen flying saucers?
Well, yes, sir.
This could mean a court-martial, admitting this against direct orders.
General Roberts, may I speak freely?
You may.
How could I hope to hold down my command if I didn't believe in what I saw and shot at?
I like you, Colonel.
Thank you, sir.
There are flying saucers. There's no doubt they are in our skies. They've been there for some time.
What are we going to do about them?
Who knows?
Then, they really are there.
I thought you were convinced of that.
I am.
We've had contact with them.
Contact? How?
Radio.
They speak our language?
Well, not quite. We've received messages from their spaceships. For a while, it came in as just a lot of jumbled noise.
And now, sir?
Well, since they first tried contact with us by radio, we've developed a language computer. A machine that breaks down any language to our own.
General, what's this all got to do with me?
Well, you've been in charge of saucer field activity for a long while. I think it's about time you heard these recordings. Do you mind?
Mind? Huh, I'm anxious.
This is Eros, a space soldier from a planet of your galaxy. I fully realize our language differences. However, I also know you finally have perfected the dictorobotery, or as you on Earth call it, the language computer. So you can now understand that which I speak. Since the beginning of your time, we have been far beyond your planet. It has taken you centuries to even grasp what we developed eons of your years ago. Do you still believe it impossible we exist? You didn't actually think you were the only inhabited planet in the universe. How can any race be so stupid? Permit me to set your mind at ease. We do not want to conquer your planet, only save it. We could have destroyed it long ago if that had been our aim. Our principal purpose is friendly. I admit we have had to take certain means which you might refer to as criminal. That is because of your big guns, which have destroyed some of our representatives. If you persist in denying us our landings, then we must only accept that you do not want us on friendly terms. We then have no alternative but to destroy you before you destroy us. With your ancient, juvenile minds, you have developed explosives too fast for your minds to conceive what you are doing. You are on the verge of destroying the entire universe. We are a part of that universe. This is our last...
That's the end of that one. Atmospheric conditions in outer space often interfere with transmitting.
How many of these recordings do you have, General?
An even dozen up to now. This was the last one. We received it over a month ago.
You think they mean business?
We can't afford to take any chances. Come over here. You ever been to Hollywood?
Oh, a couple of times, a few years ago.
You're going to be there in the morning. Just a few minutes from Hollywood, in the town of San Fernando, reports have come in of saucers flying so low the exhaust knocked people to the ground. There have even been stated claims of saucer landings. Major Carlson will replace you while you're out there. You're the best man for the job of attempting to contact them. Find them, Colonel. See what in hell it is they want.
All right, sir.
These are confidential reports, Colonel. Read them over carefully on the plane. Turn them over to intelligence when you get to Los Angeles. They'll have further orders for disposition.
Yes, sir.
Colonel Edwards?
Yes, sir.
Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Bones, do you really not get what I'm trying to say here?
Of course I do. You taught the dog how to light a candle. That is helpful.
No. Do you honestly think that I'd be stupid enough to light a stick of dynamite on me own ship? A ship that's also filled to the rim with gunpowder?
Captain, with all due respect, I once saw you try to take your pants off over your head.
Rum does that.
You know, I don't know how Dracula, aliens, and zombies ever got together and said, let's make a movie. Who comes up with ideas like this?
Mr. Bones, I appreciate what the both of you are trying to do here, but the dog almost blew up me ship.
Captain, he just confused the stick with a sparkler and the sparkler with a stick.
Of dynamite. And take note, Mr. Bones, do you honestly think it's a good idea to paint candles on the ship the same color as the dynamite we use for blasting?
That's above my pay grade, Captain, which is why I let Scallywag go play in the keel.
Good. Wait. The keel? Where we keep a majority of movie props from the island. I seriously believe I should have been a kindergarten teacher.
You know, it seems like all the Captain has done in our show tonight is run around. Isn't that weird, Jack?
Yes, and for the Captain, I never see him do anything physical.
This is like herding cats. Scallywag! Are you down here? Note to self, I need to get a maid and have somebody clean up this ship. Come on, Scallywag. I don't want you down here because a majority of the movie props from the island of dead and buried treasures are down here. And it's dangerous. Come on, boy. Come on, there you are. Come on. What do you have in your mouth, Scallywag? Now, don't run off. That's a movie prop from Harry Potter. That is Dumbledore's wand. Not sure of what that would do. But why don't you give it to me now? Come on, Scallywag. Come on. There you go. Got it. Good boy. Good boy. Got it. Good boy, Scallywag. Now run along. Get back up topside.
Captain, did you find Scallywag?
I did, Mr. Bones. He was in the keel and nearly vaporized himself by chewing on Dumbledore's magic wand.
Oh my word. Any damage?
No. But there's no telling how long he had been playing with it as a chew toy before I got here. Let's just hope that Scallywag didn't use the wand to cast any spells. Accidentally. Or summon... well, you know who.
You mean he who shall not be named?
Yes. Don Knotts. The ghost in Mr. Chicken. The incredible Mr. Limpet. That would just be too much for me to handle. I have enough problems without organs that play themselves and talking fish. I have enough on my plate with skeletons and talking birds.
And that's why I love it here on the boat, Gertie. And that's why I ate the captain's shirt, and I love playing fetch and hide and go seek with him. He is just amazing. He is an admiral. I just want to love him and play with him and hear about his experiences all day long. I could listen forever.
Huh. A talking dog. Doesn't surprise me in the least. At least not on this boat. Captain, I found your dog.
Not very obedient, is he? Maybe he'll be better at tricks.
Oh, I'm sure he'll be great at tricks. One in particular. Wait till I tell you what he can do.
Well, while Gertie talks to my hero, let's get you to a commercial break. We all know how you love those. We'll be right back.
Phoenix Comics and Toys has done it again.
My decoder's here!
Yar, me hearties! The Dead and Buried Treasure Fan Club is now accepting new crew.
Wow, Jonathan Benson at H7.
Each fan club kit contains one decoder statue with a secret compartment containing your doubloon, one autographed photo of the Captain and Jack, and one welcoming letter. Yar!
My gold doubloon!
Decode each episode's code for a chance to win prizes. Yar! Set sails to Etsy and Facebook to order yours today. Yar!
Buster, your brother needs to use the bathroom.
Arr, it's that time, me hearties. It's time to welcome aboard new crew members to the Dead and Buried Treasures Fan Club. And by doing so, here is your bounty for this month, if ye can decode this show's secret message. So get ready to pause those DVRs, mateys, and honor the code. Good luck, mateys, and to those of you out there who are not yet members of me crew just yet, what the devil are you waiting for? Contact Phoenix Comics and Toys online and be a part of all the fun. You too can walk away with horrific prizes and booty. And who doesn't like booty?
Captain!
Oh, yeah. Taking part in all the fun and games. Yes. I certainly don't want another meeting with the network about being PC, so yes, best of luck to you, me hearties, and remember to honor the code.
You too can take part in all the fun and win prizes from Dead and Buried Treasures. Just become members of the fan club. By becoming a member of Captain Drake's crew, you receive an autographed 8x10 picture of the Captain and Jack, welcome letter, a crew doubloon keychain, quarterly newsletter published 4 times a year, discounts at conventions, on Redbubble merchandise, and of course the decoder statue of Captain Drake that helps you decode the secret messages that the Captain sends out each show, where you can win prizes exclusive to those who are the first to solve the secret pirate codes. So contact Phoenix Comics and Toys and begin the fun today.
And remember to honor the code.
Don't you wish you had a time machine? Because if you're enjoying Dead and Buried Treasures now while stuffing your face with that cheese popcorn, you could have gone back to the beginning of the night and enjoyed our pre-show as well. Walk the Plank. Walk the Plank takes you behind the scenes with series creator Eric Sprouse, Captain Calico Drake himself, as he reveals thrifty, low-budget special effects and how the show is made. Behind the scenes. Plus, host Rich Kanji takes your phone calls where you can ask your questions to the Captain about upcoming shows as they gear you for the night ahead. So that time machine might have come in handy. Instead, you bought that ice cream maker that's collecting dust in the kitchen because your kids just had to have Dairy Queen and now you're paying the price. But if you remember next time, you too can watch Walk the Plank, the pre-show for Dead and Buried Treasures, and it's on about a half hour before the captain is. Plus, you can win free stuff. Just think about it, which is exactly what you should have done with that ice cream maker.
Don't miss Walk the Plank, the sister show of Dead and Buried Treasures, as it gears you up for the night ahead. 1/2 hour before Dead and Buried Treasures on most local affiliates. We asked, and you responded.
Oh my god, I think your Captain TV thing is so awesome. I just want to let you know I think it's great for our kids and our community to be able to participate and see ourselves on TV. So, thanks.
Good morning. This is Puff, and I'm watching the program. I think it is absolutely marvelous. Something of that nature brought to light. It is so entertaining and so wonderful, and it's surely delightful. So good luck to you in the future, and keep on programming. The bloodier, the ghoulier, the better. I love it. Remarkable. Bless you.
Why, hello, Dead and Buried Treasures. I just wanted to call and leave a message that I was very impressed by your show. It's very well done, and it might be one of the best locally produced programs I've ever seen. It reminded me of the old Chiller Theater in the 80s with Chilly Billy, and I absolutely love your show. I tell everybody about it. I even had my friends over, some kids, and my grandchildren over a couple of Fridays back when it was on, and we all gathered around and made popcorn like the old days and had some fun watching some television as a family. So I thought it was very well done, and Captain Drake is very funny, and the parrot is hilarious. Well written, well crafted, very good show. Keep it up, Dead and Buried Treasures.
There are no further messages.
Operators are standing by. Call now.
Yo ho! Yo ho!
Don't miss the absolute worst in monster movie mayhem on Dead and Buried Treasures. Weekends at 11. That's Friday and Saturday nights beginning at 11 and going until roughly 2:30 a.m. Right here on your local Fright Network affiliate, our flagship station, BPTV.
Ha! It's like dinner and a show, Jack. A night at the opera.
And don't miss our Fright Network pre-show at 10:30, where series creator Eric Sprouse take you for a behind-the-scenes tour with insight into making each episode. Plus, your chance to win even more horrific prizes each week.
Pretty good stuff, don't you think? What do you think?
So wake the kids and phone the neighbors this weekend and every Friday and Saturday night at 11 with our pre-show live at 10:30 on this Fright Network affiliate and our Facebook and YouTube pages.
There are just so many people to thank on such a long list.
If you dare.
Care to play, Jack?
Don't miss Walk the Plank, the official pre-show of Dead and Buried Treasures, seen 30 minutes before the show begins. That's Walk the Plank with your host, Rich Kanji, your backstage pass and a true treasure to all things dead and buried.
Welcome back, the artist. And you say he talks now?
Yes.
Professor, I know you like Lambrusco very much, right? A nice Chardonnay?
What? No. I'm telling you, the dog talks now.
Like Harvey the Rabbit?
Harvey the Rabbit?
Another old movie. Not a horror movie, but a movie with Jimmy Stewart, who befriends a rabbit who's invisible, or isn't there.
Well, how does he befriend him then?
Well, it turns out that he may very well have been there from the beginning. People just had to believe.
I prefer what I can see on my own. Faith is not for pirates.
Just give him a second, sir. Come on, Scallywag. Say something. I know you can talk. Come on, Scallywag. Say something.
This is just sad, Jack.
Just give him a
How
second,
long has she
sir.
been like this?
I don't know, Captain.
Come on, Scallywag, talk. Say something.
Shame.
What's that, Captain?
It's just a shame when the mind goes like that. Gertie imagining that she's Dr. Doolittle.
I know, right?
Stop it, Jack. She can't help thinking she can talk to animals.
She crazy.
Now stop it. I never said she was nuts.
Come on, Scallywag, talk.
You know, Professor, maybe he just doesn't want to talk right now. Why don't we give him a minute and we'll do this week's Movie 101. Yes, we'll do that. Hang on just 1 minute, Professor. What do you think, Mr. Bones? Have you been listening?
Fruity is a nutcake, sir.
No doubt. I don't need your neurological analysis, Mr. Bones. I'm starting to wonder if Professor Gertie has lost it. She claims to be able to talk to dogs now.
Isn't that absurd?
Well, talking to anything like that is crazy, actually. Dogs, birds, skeletons. Listen, I don't know what has gotten into Dirty Gertie, but I can't help but wonder if it has anything to do with tonight's movie, Mr. Bones. Would you mind teaching us a bit about it? Can we look at tonight's movie 101 and see if there's anything about maybe mind control or anything like that? Of course there is.
You don't have to ask me twice, sir.
Talking to dogs and animals.
Well, you talk to birds.
Only because you talked to me first.
Very well, Captain. Perhaps the answers you require lie within the technological achievements in making tonight's film. And that can only mean one thing, me hearties. It's time for Movie 101, and your cinematic professor is in. Unfortunately, this is Bela Lugosi's last film appearance. He died before the film was even edited. Lugosi appears in footage shot just before his death, but with no script in mind. Director Ed Wood wrote the script to accommodate all the footage shot in a cemetery and outside Tor Johnson's house in the new production. Lugosi was doubled by Tom Mason. Ed Wood's wife's chiropractor, who was significantly taller than Lugosi, but played the part with a cape covering his face. That's it, I guess we just hire anyone off the street. The film played for years in relative obscurity on late-night television until 1980, when critic Michael Medved dubbed it as the worst film ever made. Almost instantly, a cult classic was created, and the movie disappeared from television. Much like Kaiser Soseg, whoof, and it was gone. According to Mela Nurmi, she would put on her vampira makeup and costume at home, and then take a bus to the Quality Studios soundstage where her scenes were filmed. What a great idea. Nowadays, I'm sure she'd just blend in with the rest of Los Angeles. Bela Lugosi supplied his own costume. He wore one of the capes he used when portraying Dracula on stage. Must be nice to just keep the props and steal whatever. Hey, come back here with that! Mela Nurmi was paid $200 for her appearance in the film. She insisted that the character be mute, as she didn't care for the dialogue. A mute vampire. Too bad they couldn't have done that with Twilight. It was named the worst film of all time in the book The Golden Turkey Awards. Much like what this show is nominated for this year. Ranked number 12 in Entertainment Weekly's top 50 cult films of all time. The film's original title was Grave Robbers from Outer Space, but supposedly the Baptist ministers who financed the picture objected to it, so Ed Wood Jr. changed it to Plan 9.
Good thing for us, too, because he forgot to include the copyright logo, making it public domain. The DVD release of the colorized version of the film features an audio commentary track by comedian Michael Nelson of Mystery Science Theater 3000, otherwise known as Misty 3K. The producers of the series at one point actually screened the film for an airing on the show, but found it to have too much dialogue to fit the show's format. Must be nice just to pick and choose. A video release, making note of the actor's death before production began, lists on the cassette box, almost starring Bela Lugosi. The same box also touted the film as being science fiction gold. Much like this show. Did the captain tell you that we won some kind of an award? Get that out of here! Enough of that! The tombstones in the cemetery were styrofoam and cardboard props. A couple of times during the film, they can be seen bouncing or falling over when brushed by the passing actors. The best was in the plane cockpit. Look at that garbage. At 8 minutes and 54 seconds into the film, in the cemetery at night, the bodies of the two dead gravediggers are obviously mannequins. And the dummies don't even look like Edward Reynolds and Hugh Thomas Jr., who they are supposed to be. Either that or he had the best weight loss system I've ever seen. Living up to its title of the worst movie ever made, and due to its mixed use of stock footage, there is no technically correct aspect ratio in which this film can be shown, while the material shot for this film is framed for matted widescreen, and presenting the film at around 1751 removes many of its visible errors. This in turn overcrops the stock footage which was produced years earlier in 133. Sound confusing? It really is. To save money, the same shower curtain is used throughout the movie, including as a door to the alien cockpit, to unveil the bomb, and once as a shower curtain. In the immortal words of Jurassic Park discoverer, spare no expense! The boom mic shadow is clearly visible at the top of the screen the first time the pilots encounter the flying saucers, and when the cockpit is lit up by the flying saucer itself. Well, that's just perfect. Police officers are generally trained in how to properly handle firearms, yet in several scenes they are seen to grossly mishandle them, such as using the barrels of the pistols to adjust their hats, scratch the sides of their heads, and gesture at others, all while their fingers are clearly on the triggers. Oh my god. I feel like I'm watching an episode of T.J. Hooker. The three persons who are spotting the saucers while driving their car point in 3 different directions. That's okay, maybe this is the multiverse. A man at the old man's funeral says that it's, quote, getting dark. It is already pitch black. How dark can it get? After General Roberts and Colonel Edwards finish their briefing, they salute each other. However, Air Force personnel do not give salutes indoors unless reporting to a superior. Day changes to night and back and forth in the same scene. Many times. Make up your mind already. Paula runs out of the house barefoot. But after she is chased through the cemetery and is picked up alongside the road, she's wearing shoes. Immediately afterward, the police discussing her case note that her feet were all scratched up from not wearing any shoes. Can we get this lady some Skechers? When the ghoul woman attacks the 2 gravediggers, they're standing in broad daylight. But in the shot that shows her attacking them, she is in the middle of pitch black at night. In a couple of scenes, a police car is seen racing down the street with lights and a siren, but the car that arrives on set has no lights or police markings on it. Again, T.J. Hooker. Clearly visible strings hold the flying saucers. Much like the backdrop behind me, it's being held up, right? Oopsie-daisy! The tombstones in the cemetery are too close together for there to be any room for bodies. Just take my word for it. At about 8 minutes and 15 seconds into the film, in a scene at the cemetery at night, 4 mourners, including Ben Frummer, exit from Bella's crypt, which is no bigger than a telephone booth. What is this, like a clown car? When Kelton and the second police officer hit the zombie Inspector Clay on the head, knocking him unconscious, he falls to the ground, dropping the passed-out Mrs. Trent, who the zombie captured in a previous scene. As Mrs. Trent falls, pillows placed on the ground to cushion her fall can clearly be seen. Oh, isn't that sweet? The pilots in the cockpit seem to just be sitting on boxes, not proper chairs, and the controls look to be made out of cereal boxes. Plus, the pilot sitting on the left is reading his lines from a script on his lap. In addition, when the stewardess enters the airplane cabin, you can see light bleed around the cracks in the cabin wall on the left-hand side. At several points in the film, wrinkles and other blemishes can be seen from simulated sky backdrops behind the actors. I feel like this was made at a local college. And that is behind the scenes of Movie 101's movie for tonight, Plan 9 from Outer Space. We hope you enjoyed this, and now we return you to your regularly scheduled program, More Crap from Dead and Buried Treasures.
Thank you, Mr. Bones.
You are most welcome, sir, and happy anniversary!
What? Oh, yes, with all of the dog stuff and Gertie losing her mind, I almost forgot.
See, Captain? Clearly he was talking. I used Dumbledore's wand from Harry Potter and enchanted myself so I could talk now.
I said it before and I'll say it again. It's a sad thing to see someone go bonkers and think they can talk to animals, right, Jack?
Clearly, Captain. How do you not go bonkers, Drake?
Because I don't argue with stupid people. I just cut it short and say, you're right.
Well, that's ridiculous.
You're right. And before you go bonkers, me fiends, let's get you back to the movie. Plan 9 from Outer Space.
We are ready to report, Excellency.
You are many days late.
It was unavoidable. We tried to transmit via televisor, but atmospheric conditions made transmission impossible.
You should have transmitted as soon as conditions permitted.
I thought time was of the essence. Suspicion has fallen upon our movements. Our ships have been viewed near the point of operations.
And what has this added time gained, Eros?
We have successfully risen 3 of the dead ones.
Permit me to see one.
Bring in the big one. Use your small electrode gun.
I have taken 2 ships from your command.
But that will leave only my ship.
It is necessary that you continue your mission alone. I have need of your other ships elsewhere. Even though you have risen 3 of the Earth's dead, the plan is far from successful. And you, Eros, must prove it an operational success before more time, energy, ships, and your countrymen may be spent on it.
We will not fail. Everything is on our side.
Not everything. You do not have the live Earth people. You reported that your ship was viewed at the scene of your present operations.
That is correct.
They have been viewed many times, but not at the scene of operations. Something must be done about that.
Close enough. Turn off your electrode gun. No! No! Stop him, Dennis!
I can't get it. It's jammed.
Grab him, you fool!
Drop the gun to the floor, Tanner. The metal will break contact.
That was too close.
Yes. Bring the giant here that I may get a better look at him. Yes, he's a fine specimen. Are they all this powerful on planet Earth?
This one is an exception, Excellency.
What are the other 2 like?
One is a woman, the other an old man.
An old man, you say?
Yes, Excellency.
This gives me a plan. Put the big one away.
Pick up your electrode gun. Make sure it's in working order before pointing it at him.
Whatever made it jam seems to have been cleared by the fall.
Take him back to the ship.
The old one must be sacrificed. Re-land on Earth. Send the old one to enter a dwelling. Then cut the electrokinetic and turn on your ship's decomposure ray. The result will astound those watching. Astound them enough to delay their intention until you have gained your other recruits from the cemetery.
Yes, Excellency. It'll be done.
Report to me when this has been accomplished. Eros, the Earth people are getting closer to that which we fear. Since they will not listen or respect our existence, they cannot help but believe our powers when they see their own dead walking round again, brought about by our advancement and such things. As soon as you have enough of the dead recruits, march them on the capitals of the earth. Let nothing stand in your way. Their own dead will be used to make them accept our existence and believe in that fact.
Miss Strand. This is Colonel Edwards from Washington, D.C.
Good evening, Colonel.
Hello, Colonel. Colonel would like to ask you a few questions.
Questions? What about, Colonel? May I sit down?
Oh, I'm sorry. Please do.
I want to ask you about your strange experience the other night when you saw the flying saucer.
After that, the police brought me home. I hope I never see such a sight again.
Well, after your description, I don't think I'd want to see it either. One thing more. After you were forced to the ground by that blast of wind, was it a hot or cold blast?
It's kind of hard to explain. It wasn't hot, wasn't cold. It was just a terrific force. We couldn't get off the ground.
The light blinded me so badly, I couldn't see a thing. We could only feel the pressure of the wind until it was gone. When the glare left us, we could see a glowing ball disappearing off in the distance.
Which way?
Toward the cemetery.
This is the most fantastic story I've ever heard.
And every word of it's true, too.
That's the fantastic part of it.
Colonel, we found a lot of suspicious things out in that cemetery. But then again, didn't find anything to base a fact or suspicion on. Hey, you hear anything? You see anything out there, Kelton?
Too dark, Lieutenant. But something started stinking awful bad.
There's something out there.
What do you make of that?
She cut me. Didn't look that way a minute ago.
What about your man?
Oh, the excitement, I forgot all about Kelton. He'll be all right in a few minutes.
Did you see that thing? Did you get it?
We got it.
What was it? It didn't fall. I fired every bullet I had.
So did I. I don't know what it was or what happened. But unless that bag of bones over there can reassemble itself, it's out of the running now. Colonel, I've been out here so often, you think I've taken a lease on this place.
Not a long lease, I hope.
I see what you mean. But you know, I can't help but feel the answer's out here somewhere.
Is the girl safe?
Mrs. Trent, you better stay with the car.
Stay here alone? Not on your life.
Modern women.
Yeah, they've been that way all down through the ages, especially in a spot like this.
Calvin.
Yes, sir.
Stay with Mrs. Trent.
All right, Lieutenant.
Now, you stay close to the officer, honey.
I'd feel safer with you.
Now, the lieutenant knows best.
Well, I don't like it, but I guess there isn't much I can do about it. You have a gun?
No.
You know how to use one?
After 4 years in the Marine Corps?
Here.
You think we'll need these?
You never tell. Let's get going.
Would expect to find out here.
Well, there's only one answer to that, Mr. Trent. We'll know when we find it. Inspector Clay's grade's right over here.
Is that the one you told me was broken into?
Yes.
This it?
Yeah.
Looks to me like someone had broken out instead of in.
I figured that, but that's impossible. Look, Colonel, some things just can't happen.
Yeah, well, after that apparition that was draped across Mr. Trent's patio, I would say we should keep our minds open to anything.
Look, Colonel, I'm a policeman. I've got to deal in facts. You know, I'll bet my badge right now we haven't seen the last of those weirdies.
They'll discover our ship soon.
You going to let them find us?
It's the only way. These are the same men who have been so close so often. They must be halted before they can inform others about us.
But there were others in the car.
They'll be taken too. Send the big one for the girl and the policeman. I'll turn on the dictal robotary so we may converse with them.
Maybe we're barking up the wrong tree.
One thing a policeman learns, Mr. Trent, is patience.
Where's that burn spot you mentioned?
Right over there. Look. We'll investigate, but move carefully.
A moment or two more, and you will be the first live Earth people ever to enter a celestial ship.
Wow. Boy, how can anything that big hide for so long a time?
Never heard metal sound like that before. What do you see?
Only my reflection. Must be some kind of one-way glass.
I wonder how you get into this thing.
I'm not sure I want to find out.
They're just outside. You can open the outer hatch now.
Look out!
You going in that thing? That's what we're here for.
I don't know. The way these things speed around, we might just get in there and off it goes.
That's a chance we take.
Well, I took a chance on those earlier airplanes. Might just as well see what the inside of one of these looks like. Got your guns ready? I'll tell you one thing. If a little green man pops out of me, I'm shooting first and asking questions later.
They're in the outer chamber now. Eros, do we have to kill them?
Yes.
Seems such a waste.
Well, wouldn't it be better to kill a few now than, with their meddling, permit them to destroy the entire universe?
You're always right, Eros.
Of course. But those are not my words. Those are the words of the ruler.
You two stay right where you're at.
We will do as you command. For the moment.
No for the moment about it. You just do as I tell you.
You do not need guns.
Maybe we think we do.
They would be of no use to you now.
They've been mighty useful before on flesh and blood. And you two look like you've got a lot of both.
True, they would be effective upon us. If you were to have the opportunity to use them.
Mister, if you don't get away from that control board, I'll show you just how effective they can be.
Shall we talk now or wait? Your friends will be here shortly.
What friend?
Those you left at the vehicle.
If you've done anything to Paula...
Take it easy, Mr. Trent. Oh, I assure you no harm has come to her. Would you like to see?
Next time you try that, I won't aim at the board.
You're a headstrong young man. I was only going to turn on the televisor so you could see her movements.
Go ahead, my friend, but move very carefully.
She's only fainted.
You fiend.
I? A fiend? I am a soldier of our planet. I? A fiend? We did not come here as enemies. We came only with friendly intentions, to talk, to ask your aid.
Our aid?
Yes, your aid for the whole universe. But your governments of Earth refused even to accept our existence. Even though you've seen us, heard our messages, you still refuse to accept us.
Why is it so important that you want to contact the governments of our Earth?
Because of death. Because all you of Earth are idiots.
Now, you just hold on, Buster.
No, you hold on. First was your firecracker, a harmless explosive. Then your hand grenade. They began to kill your own people a few at a time. Then the bomb. Then a larger bomb. Many people are killed at one time. Then your scientists stumbled upon the atom bomb. split the atom. Then the hydrogen bomb, where you actually explode the air itself. Now brings the total destruction of the entire universe served by our sun. The only explosion left is the solarite.
Why, there's no such thing.
Perhaps to you, but we've known it for centuries. Your scientists will stumble upon it as they have all the others. But the juvenile minds which you possess will not comprehend its strength until it's too late.
You're way above our heads.
The solarite is a way to explode the actual particles of sunlight.
Why, that's impossible.
Even now, your scientists are working on a way to harness the sun's rays. The rays of sunlight are minute particles. Is it so far from your imagination they cannot do as I have suggested?
Why, a particle of sunlight can't even be seen or measured.
Can you see or measure an atom? Yet you can explode one. A ray of sunlight is made up of many atoms.
So what if we do develop this solarite bomb? We'd be even a stronger nation than now.
Stronger. You see? Your stupid minds. Stupid!
That's all I'm taking from you.
Get back here, you jerk!
Let him finish.
It's because of men like you that all must be destroyed. Headstrong, violent, no use of the mind God gave you.
You talk of God?
You also think it impossible that we too might think of God? You, who wear the uniform of your country, you see, I wear the uniform of my country. Yes, we've had to use drastic means to get to you, but you left us no alternative. When you have the solarite, you have nothing. Nor does the universe.
You speak of solarite, but just what is it?
Take a can of your gasoline. Say, this can of gasoline is the sun. Now, you spread a thin line of it to a ball, representing the earth. Now, the gasoline represents the sunlight, the sun particles. Here we saturate the ball with the gasoline, the sunlight. Then we put a flame to the ball. The flame will speedily travel around the earth, back along the line of gasoline to the can, and spread to every place that gasoline, our sunlight, touches. Explode the sunlight here, gentlemen. You explode the universe. Explode the sunlight here, and a chain reaction will occur direct to the sun itself, and to all the planets that sunlight touches, to every planet in the universe. This is why you must be stopped. This is why any means must be used to stop you. In a friendly manner, or as it seems, you want it.
He's mad. Mad? Is it mad that you destroy other people to save yourselves? You have done this. Is it mad that one country must destroy another to save themselves? You have also done this. How then is it mad that one planet must destroy another who threatens the very existence?
That's enough! In my land, women are for advancing the race, not for fighting man's battle. Life is not so expansive on my planet. We don't cling to it like you do. Our entire aim is for the development of our planet.
Why, Scallywag? Come on, you're making me look silly.
Gertie, I can't. I don't want the captain to know.
But why?
Because I like it here. When Jack and Davy found me, I was a stray. Then I got rescued. I want the captain to like me. Imagine what he will think when he believes I can talk.
Trust me, Scallywag, he'll love you.
Why would you say that?
Because the captain will think he can make a fortune with a talking dog.
That's just it, Gertie. I want the captain to like me because he likes me, not because I can talk. What if the spell goes away? I want him to like me because I'm cute and I am lovable and I bring him the right stick and I poop in the right place and he gives me belly rubs.
Baby steps, scallywag.
Professor, we're ready for tonight's trivia question. Did you leave a message to speak with me?
Please don't tell him. Please, Gertie.
Yes, Captain.
Please don't tell him, Gertie.
Professor.
Please.
I was wondering if you saw anything else around here talking? Like the end table in your quarters?
No.
Thank you, Gertie. I promise I will tell him sometime.
Now she's talking to furniture, Jack. Welcome back, you scallywags. Not quite the high movie caliber I would expect for our third season, Jack, but the island must have chosen it for a reason. Maybe for Bela Lugosi, Dracula himself?
You know, Captain, this is just my own personal hypotheses, but because it's so bad, maybe it makes our show look good?
No, that can't be it.
Oh boy.
Yes, Mr. Bones.
Not to pressure you, sir, but it is time for tonight's trivia question for our mateys.
Ah, so it is, Davy, so it is. Me navigator is right for those of you at home keeping score, you lifeboat leeches. And Mr. Bones, while I do this, you might want to check in on Professor Gertie. She's, she's talking to the furniture in her room or something. You know, for security purposes and all.
It will also allow our mateys at home to grab some kind of sugary goodness or snack for the home stretch.
Aye, sounds like a plan, Jack. And while they do that, check in with Gertie one last time to make sure she isn't having any more, long-winded conversations with a lamp or an end table or a mirror or scallywag. We'll be right back, you lifeboat leeches. You check this out while he checks that out. You check out tonight's trivia question.
Don't miss Walk the Plank, the official pre-show of Dead and Buried Treasures, seen 30 minutes before the show begins. That's Walk the Plank with your host, Rich Kanji, your backstage pass and a true treasure to all things dead and buried. Hello, fellow pirates. It is I, Hank, from the Swashbuckler's Haunt, with this month's movie trivia question, sponsored by Midas, where you can win a free oil change if you provide me with the first correct answer to tonight's question via email. Speaking of which, here it is now.
Man of a stiff and star, yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. Send up the crew and the murder mark. Yo ho ho.
Aye, it'd be a stormy sky ahead, but if you know the answer, make sure to drop us an email at Dead and Buried Treasures. If you're the first matey with the correct answer, you will win a free oil change for your horseless carriage, courtesy of Midas in Washington, where you can trust the Midas touch. Aye, and keep watching Dead and Buried Treasures all night long. One winner per show, me hearties. Stay the course, me fiends, and abide by the code.
And And while you're picking yourself up off the floor from that one, mateys, let me introduce you to another great bit of casting.
Dead and Buried Treasures is your weekend haunt. That's Friday and Saturday nights beginning at 11 with a new show the first Friday of the month, right here on this Fright Network affiliate.
Well, you certainly had that one loaded in a chamber.
And don't miss our Fright Network pre-show at 10:30, where Fiore from the movie review show Outtakes with Fiore and series creator Eric Sprouse take you for a behind-the-scenes tour with insight into making each episode.
Because I probably look significantly different than
Captain Calico Drake, I do.
Plus, your chance to win even more horrific prizes each week.
I should be hearing from the FCC any minute now.
So don't forget to call and leave your feedback on the show.
Like this one?
And ask questions where your Q&A will be read on the air.
Like this one?
We asked, and you responded.
Hi, I wanted to call in and just tell you that I just absolutely love watching Dead and Buried Treasures. I watch it with my kids, and my kids just think the bird is awesome. And I myself love watching the ghost and horror movies. It brings back a lot of memories. I used to watch those with my parents, and I just think the show is awesome, and we need more shows like that.
Hey, I was just calling in because I wanted to say I like what you guys have got going on there. I really enjoy watching it because I used to watch shows like this back when I was a kid, and watching it brings back a little bit of nostalgia from before, and I just wish there was more shows like this on the air now, because watching it brings back all those memories of before, and it's just really nice to see all that.
Hey, I wanted to call about the show for Dead and Buried Treasures. Just wanted to say, great show, especially during this time in the way this country is. It's funny. It's just a good, entertaining type of show. My family watches it all the time. It'd be great if we actually got to see it on TV versus sitting there on the iPad watching it, or on the phone and watching it, whatever. But it's fun. It's very entertaining. Makes me laugh. At the end of the day, we need more shows like that. And I really appreciate your time. I really appreciate your effort putting into it. Just a good time. I hope you keep doing it because we love watching it. Thank you very much. I just had to call and tell you that. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
There are no further messages.
Operators are standing by. Call now.
You just can't get enough of Dead and Buried Treasures. You say you want to jam an earring into your lobe because you want to be a pirate so much? And you love ghost stories and other haunted tales to boot and just can't wait for the weekend? Well, before you cause a lawsuit or need a doctor, check out this bonus during the week. Wicked Wednesday Watch Parties. That's right, fiends. Join us on Facebook every Wednesday night at 9, a much earlier time slot for all the little mateys out there, for rebroadcasts of Dead and Buried Treasures classics, often discussing the show in the chat room with Calico Drake himself, along with other stars of the show. Plus, if you turn into our Facebook page at 8:30, you'll see a classic episode of Walk the Plank to gear you up for the night ahead. That's Wicked Wednesday Watch Parties, premiering at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook, each Wednesday night, if you dare. 8:30 p.m. with Walk the Plank. But remember, only the truly courageous will make it to the end.
Now available, the first season of Dead and Buried Treasures on DVD. That's right, all you horror enthusiasts. If old movies are your thing, and even weirder pirates and ghosts, we have the perfect gift for Christmas, birthdays, Father's Day, Mother's Day. Oh hell, it's perfect for any holiday. Get one for Arbor Day. Excellent. I love watching those funeral scenes from like the top of a castle where no one can see you, and always sticking me nose in where it's not welcome.
Starring Christopher Lee, Vincent Price, Fay Ray, Dick Miller, Richard Boone, Beautiful Women, Killer Robots, Abbott and Costello, Scrooge, Zombies, featuring the directing works of George Romero, Francis Ford Coppola, Agatha Christie, and a whole lot more. Just $79.95. But the good news is the postage is paid anywhere in the continental United States. So what are you waiting for? Get yours today and prepare yourselves for laughs.
Things like this always turn out great for us.
Just drop us a line on Facebook for details. You won't regret it, but your wallet might. That's pirate talk, you know.
Phoenix Comics and Toys has done it again.
My decoder's here!
Yar, me hearties! The Dead and Buried Treasure Fan Club is now accepting new crew.
Wow, ours is dancing at H7.
Each fan club kit contains one decoder statue with a secret compartment containing your doubloon, one autographed photo of the Captain and Jack, and one welcoming letter. Yar!
My gold doubloon!
Decode each episode's code for a chance to win prizes. Yar! Set sails to Etsy and Facebook to order yours today. Yar!
Buster, your brother needs to use the bathroom.
Arr, it's the Pirate's Booty, our after show, seen immediately after Dead and Buried Treasures ends. Captain Calico Drake and series creator Eric Sprouse take your calls for up to an hour, answering questions about the series or whatever's on your mind about the swashbuckler's haunt, the club, convention appearances, and much more. That's our after show, the Pirate's Booty, taking your booty calls till the wee hours of the morning, immediately following Dead and Buried Treasures on most affiliates.
The summer holidays are here, and it's time to celebrate them like a true American pirate. Presenting the limited edition Red, White, and Boo Captain Calico Drake Patriotic Decoder. After all, I am a true American hero. It's our Stars and Scars edition from Phoenix Comics and Toys. Star-spangled from top to bottom, Captain Drake celebrates Memorial Day and the 4th of July like none other, and it's an exclusive only found here at Phoenix Comics and Toys, the home of our fan club. This is variant number 3 in the series, and it comes with a star-spangled red, white, and blue paint job, a removable American flag, me first officer Jack launching fireworks at the base, and a true salute to Uncle Sam, complete with beard and a new top hat design. Plus, our limited edition patriotic decoder also comes with a unique red, white, and blue doubloon. Say that 3 times really fast, mateys. And it's exclusive to making me, of course, a true American hero. But you'll need to order quickly, as this limited edition patriotic decoder will only be available until the end of July. Plus, if you're already a fan club member, you'll get another 20% off. I guess you could call it the United Drake of decoders. So search for Phoenix Comics and Toys in Facebook and Etsy for this Scars and Stars Captain Calico Drake Patriotic Decoder and order today. Welcome back, me hearties. Well, you poop deck prancers. It's our 3rd season now, and for some reason the island chose Plan 9 from Outer Space as our movie. And the general consensus is it was to make our show look better. So, thank you, Island. Well played. Yes, Professor. Are you feeling any better?
Captain, I wasn't crazy.
Oh, sure you weren't. I meant, are you, enjoying the movie?
Don't patronize me, Captain.
Right.
You know, Professor, it's probably just as well that we can't see Scallywag talk. I mean, can you imagine if we see animals talking all the time?
Yes, I suppose you are right. I mean, what would I have had him do anyway? I mean, a talking dog? That would have been, well...
Awesome! That's what, completely awesome!
Now, Mr. Bones, let's let it go. After all, Gertie made a mistake, and she just...
I didn't make a mistake. I mean,
Please, Professor, please don't tell him. Please.
I made a mistake.
Right. Now, let's get to the conclusion of the worst movie ever made. Plan 9 from Outer Space, starring Billy I can never pronounce his name. Jack, you know, the guy who played, Frankenstein.
You mean Dracula?
Right, Dracula.
Right. Bela Lugosi played Dracula, not Frankenstein.
Right, Scallywag, thank you. Bela Lugosi in Plan 9 from...
Outer Space! Plan 9 from Outer Space? How hard is that, Captain? Sheesh! I sometimes wonder that this is the worst show ever made.
See what I mean?
What happened to you?
How come you're all alone? I asked for lots of help.
You sounded drunk or something on the radio.
If I didn't see it with my own eyes, I'd never believe it.
Believe what?
It was horrible. And he almost broke my shoulder.
Look, what are you trying to say? If you don't make sense, we'll never get to the bottom of this. Now, who slugged you?
Inspector Clay.
What?
It was Clay, all right. Only not like we remembered him. Well, his leg was busted into, wasn't it?
Next, you'll tell me you saw skeletons.
We did, earlier.
Now I know you're off your rocker.
All of us saw it. The lieutenant, the colonel, everybody.
Where's the lieutenant now?
We've got to find him. Mrs. Trenner's gone. I was left here to guard her. But Clay showed up and put me out of the running. And the second time tonight, and I'm getting darn tired of it.
Which way were they going?
Off that way.
Come on.
Then one day it could all be gone. In one big puff of smoke and ball of fire. All that out there. The stars, the planets, all just an empty void.
You two had better come along with us.
Come with you? Where?
The police station.
So it seems you think you have the upper hand. Look out that window.
Jeff.
She is unarmed. But he would kill in seconds if I so choose.
Holy cow! It's Clay, all right. There's no mistaking that.
And he's got Mrs. Trent.
Get your gun ready.
From all I've seen tonight, guns won't do any good. Clay is dead, and we buried him. How are we going to kill somebody that's already dead? Dead! And yet there he stands. That other one earlier, I emptied a full clip into.
I'm seeing it. That's the only reason I'm listening to you. Look, I've got an idea. Hurt him or not, we've got to try something. I'm going to sneak up behind him and whop him over the head. That ought to make a move. Follow me. Even when Clay was alive, he couldn't run fast enough to catch me. So when he does, you grab Mrs. Trent and run like lightning in the opposite direction.
Oh, you think it'll work?
Know of anything else to try?
Oh, I'll be all right. Take care of the others.
Your men have felled the big one. This could only happen because the electrode ray is off. He'll walk again when I turn it on.
Hold it. Right there. Suppose the lieutenant and the others are in that thing.
Well, supposing there are Martians or something in there.
Come on, let's go. Open up in there. Open up.
Get that door open.
Colonel, I wouldn't know one switch from another.
Hold on to him, Eros. I'll have the ship in the air in a minute.
Get out of here, Jeff. The ship's on fire.
Elsie, wake up, Eros!
I wonder if that's the last we'll see of them.
Perhaps. But sooner or later, there'll be others.
Look!
Have they caught that woman? That thing yet?
Hey, that's right. There's another ghoul running loose. And it's my guess that she'll look like him. With the ship and the ray gun gone, they have no control. We gotta hand it to them, though. They're far ahead of us.
My friend, you have seen this incident based on sworn testimony. Can you prove that it didn't happen? Perhaps on your way home, someone will pass you in the dark, and you will never know it, for they will be from outer space. Many scientists believe that another world is watching us this moment. We once laughed at the horseless carriage, the airplane, the telephone, the electric light, vitamins, radio, and even television. And now some of us laugh at outer space. God help us in the future.
painful if you mean painfully fun. What a great movie. Plan 9 might be the best movie I ever saw. Laughs, aliens, vampires, zombies. It was like The Walking Dead meets Twilight.
Yes, meets the Three Stooges. So let me see if I get this straight, Scallywag. You bit into Dumbledore's magic wand, the prop from the island, from Harry Potter. And you bit in it down in the keel, and it cast some type of enchantment spell on you now that you now have the ability to speak.
Yup, that is correct.
But why didn't you tell us?
I told Gertie, but I did not want the captain to find out.
But why?
Because he already did not like me much, and I was afraid this would push him over the top.
Well, as you can see, that was just ridiculous because the captain loves you. Right, Captain? Drake.
Yes. Yes, of course I do. Welcome aboard, Scallywag. We could always use a watchdog on the boat for looters and thieves.
Aw, see, Captain? Everything worked out in the end. And let it be known that a woman solved this problem. We're just better suited to solve those type of problems.
That's because they generally cause them in the first place. That's like a fireman putting out a fire who's also an arsonist.
What is the movie for next time, Captain?
Well, we've been promising a certain film to the mateys out there for some time now, and we finally acquired the rights to it. Jack the Ripper is finally here, me hearties. So we're only too happy to oblige.
How about that? Jack the Ripper. Maybe he can rip me open a bag of dentist sticks.
Captain?
Captain!
Yes. It's, sorry. It's just weird to hear the dog talking, right?
Why? You're talking to a parrot, and half your haunted crew are skeletons.
Oh, God, here we go.
Captain.
No, Captain, don't be like that.
But it's creepy, all right? I mean... Oh, Captain, I'm a dog, and this is normal.
Captain, please.
All right. Next time, after a nosy busybody rents an upstairs room of a Victorian house to a self-described pathologist in the 1800s, the landlady begins to suspect her tenant is Jack the Ripper. Be here, if you dare, to find out the truth behind the man in the attic.
It sounds great, Captain.
Aye, it certainly does, Scallywag.
I love you, Captain. You are truly a dog's best friend.
Aw, Captain.
Aw, that is so cute, Captain. Tears. I have tears welling up.
Aye, Scallywag, you're fuzzy.
Oh, boy.
What? He's furry. And fuzzy. What more do you want?
It's okay, Captain. I know you love me.
Not really.
Come on, I know you do too.
Don't count on it.
Come on, Captain. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Come on. Who's a good boy?
I am.
Who is?
I am.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Here's a treat for being a good boy.
Well, thank you, Scallywag.
And we'll see you next time on Dead and Buried Treasures. Good night, everyone.
Wait a second. And a special thanks to all of our affiliates. Soooo TV, PCTV, FCTV, The Vortex, YouTube, the Monster Channel at Erie Late Night Television, WBXZ, and of course, our flagship station, BPTV, for all of their help. Now, we're done.
And don't forget to check out our fan club, where you can decode secret pirate messages during this show and win prizes.
Aye. And see you next time on Dead and Buried Treasures, where it's Halloween all year long. You know, Scallywag, these snacks aren't that bad. What are they called?
My poop.
Yes, Captain! Would you like him to make more?
Yes. Yeah, maybe he can make you some for later.
Mr. Bones?
Yes.
Feed the dog some peanut butter cups.
Aye, sir.
And bourbon.
Oh my God.
You understand, Captain, he's not a vending machine, right?
It's actually quite delightful. I think I understand why you eat it, Scallywag. Good boy.
I know, right? I mean, they taste like dentist sticks. Better the second time around.
Well, Scallywag, I wouldn't make it a goal.
I hate dogs. Report, Crone.
Ship trajectories and all the upgrades they have made are impressive, sir. It has all been included on my report.
Excellent. So it begins.
Now, sir?
No. When two dogs attack each other, Crone, the one who is best fed will last longer and ultimately triumph. The good captain taught me that. Prepare to receive our support ships. If all goes according to plan, this will be over long before it ever begins, and the island will be mine.
It's the Pirate's Booty, our after show, seen immediately after Dead and Buried Treasures ends. Captain Calico Drake and series creator Eric Sprouse take short calls for up to an hour, answering questions about the series or whatever's on your mind about the Swashbuckler's haunt, the club, convention appearances, and much more. That's our after show, the Pirate's Booty, taking your booty calls till the wee hours of the morning, immediately following Dead and Buried Treasures on most affiliates.
Stupid adult responsibilities that prevent me from drinking. Who's a good boy? You be careful with your candle.
Billy.
It's the Pirate's Booty, our after show, seen immediately after Dead and Buried Treasures ends. Captain Calico Drake and series creator Eric Sprouse take your calls for up to an hour, answering questions about the series or whatever's on your mind about the Swashbuckler's Haunt, the club, convention appearances, and much more. That's our after show, the Pirate's Booty, taking your booty calls till the wee hours of the morning, immediately following Dead and Buried Treasures on most affiliates.
Phoenix Comics and Toys has done it again.
Hi, Decoder's here!
Yar, me hearties! The Dead and Buried Treasure Fan Club is now accepting new crew.
Wow, there's a at H7.
Each fan club kit contains one decoder statue with a secret compartment containing your doubloon, one autographed photo of the Captain and Jack, and one welcoming letter. Yar!
My gold doubloon!
Decode each episode's code for a chance to win prizes. Yar! Set sails to Etsy and Facebook to order yours today. Yar!
Buster, your brother needs to use the bathroom.
We asked, and you responded.
Hey guys, I was just calling to tell you that I'm a really big fan of your show. Me and my friends watch it every Saturday night, and we are absolutely in love with all the monster movies that you talk about, and especially that they're from like the 50s, 60s, you know, the older movies. That's what we like about the show so much. We especially like your parrot Jack. He's always making us laugh. And it's just a very enjoyable show that we like to watch every Saturday. So I was just calling to give you my feedback, and I hope you continue to make more great shows. Thank you.
Hi, I just thought I'd call and tell you I am enjoying your monster movies. They're great. And also, I love Drake. Hope to see more of you. Bye.
Hey, this is Saul Cummel from Pittsburgh. I just want to tell you guys, I really love Dead and Buried Treasure Show. I love all the old monster movies. It really takes me back to when I was a kid, and now I'm able to tell my friends, you know, you guys got to check this show out, and it'll bring back so many memories for you. Let me tell you, too, Calico Drake is hilarious. Although I tell you what, Jack really makes the show. He just busts Calico Drake every chance he gets, and I love it. Keep up the good work, guys. I will be shanghaied into your crew as long as the show is on. Thanks very much.
Hey, man, I think your show's kind of groovy. Bucket of Blood is what it is, man. What it is. Got that beatnik thing to it, and I just love it. Groovy, man, groovy. Hey, keep up the good work, guys. Okay, talk to you later.
There are no further messages.
Operators are standing by. Call now.
Check out Phoenix Comics and Toys and get your one-of-a-kind custom horror host figurines made exclusively by Rob Fleck. That's right, boys. Oh, you can find hosts like the Keymaster, Mummy and the Monkey. I just love that name. Mr. Lobo, or even Carlos Borloff's Monster Madhouse. That's right, kiddies. You can order them on Facebook or on eBay. Anytime, kiddies. Tell him your bony little friend, the Crypt Keeper, sent you. It won't get you a discount, but it might get you killed.
Don't miss the absolute worst in monster movie mayhem on Dead and Buried Treasures.
You know, Captain, we should be recording this.
You know, Jack, we should be recording.
This weekend and every Friday and Saturday night at 11 with our pre-show live at 10:30 on this Fright Network affiliate and our Facebook and YouTube pages, if you dare.
Is it wrong that I want their autograph?
Arr, we asked, and you responded.
We're sorry we're not home right now. We thank you for your call. We are such merry people. We love you one and all. Please leave your name and phone number. We'll call you back with luck. But if you should hang up too soon, go take a flying.
Hi, sorry I missed you. Just leave a message.
Operators are standing by. Call now.
Don't miss Walk the Plank, the official pre-show of Dead and Buried Treasures, seen 30 minutes before the show begins. That's Walk the Plank with your host, Rich Kanji, your backstage pass and a true treasure to all things dead and buried.